Hey y'all, this is Shadell from My Thrifty Closet, back with another video. As you can see from the title, I am here to celebrate my 5-year natural hair journey. I've been natural for 5 amazing years. I've had setbacks, I've had hurdles, but it's been a fun journey. It's been a fun journey learning who I am and redefining who I am in this world. I have all of my notes talking about my little itty bitty days to now that I'm 5 years natural. So if you're interested, definitely stay tuned. Let's start off from basically birth to age 11. Or about age 12 or so. My mom always took care of my hair. She braided my hair up into a style and it'll usually last a week. I would wear like ponytails and she'd like braid my hair in the front, do ponytails in the back. She braided my hair in a whole bunch of elaborate styles. I don't have a lot of pictures from that time of my hair journey, but I'll show the pictures that I can show. My hair was very dry around that time. My mom didn't know anything about deep conditioning. She didn't know anything about a leave-in or a co-wash or whatever. We used whatever cheap Suave shampoo and conditioner we could, usually the coconut scent, and she just put grease on it. She just greased my scalp, but there was no moisture. My hair was dry. I also didn't know I had any curls. Not like curls are like super important, but now that I have curly hair, kinky curly hair, it's amazing that back then I didn't know I had curls at all. I didn't know I had any type of curl because my hair was so dry. Growing up, I never had super long hair. You see a lot of these girls on YouTube, they have long hair from the womb, and that was definitely not my experience. I didn't have long hair until now, so I never knew what it was like to have long hair, even though folks thought that my shoulder length hair was thriving or whatever. Now that I look back, my hair was nothing like it is today. I remember a very vivid moment of my childhood. I guess I was about 8 years old. I applied a whole bunch of conditioner on my hair, hoping to make my hair straight, that if I would apply more and more conditioner, soon I'd have straight hair. I wanted my hair to be straight. I didn't want to be the little black girl with the kinky hair. And even though everyone I knew around me had that type of hair, because I grew up in a predominantly black environment, I'm from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, I didn't want the hair on my head. My hair wasn't good enough. I wanted it to be straight, like all the girls on TV. I wanted it to be manageable. I didn't want to have my mom pulling and tugging and all that stuff on my hair. I wanted to look different. And I carried that throughout my childhood. Even though people would tell me, you know, you have good hair, I never saw my hair as good. I never saw my hair as beautiful. I always wanted a relaxer. I waited for the day my mom thought it was good enough. It was time for me to get a relaxer or a texturizer. I waited for the day. I prayed for the day. I begged for the day. I was tired of crying about her pulling on my hair. I was tired of complaining about not looking grown up. So I spent a lot of my childhood dealing with a lot of those issues. So from 12 to 16, my mom transitioned from being a stay-at-home mom to going to work full-time, sometimes working 2 jobs, sometimes 3, and my hair began to be up to me. I already didn't know what to do with my hair, so my hair basically just stayed in ponytails or puffs. My hair was shoulder length. It was still shoulder length. A lot of people still thought my hair was long. A lot of people still told me I had good hair and all that stuff, but I never saw it, as I said. So when I was about 16 in 2007, I decided to get a texturizer. I was away from my mom for like 2 weeks, and I like rushed out with my sister to get a texturizer. I was really fed up, and I thought, this is the move. This is something that I have to do. I texturized my hair going into my junior year of high school, and I didn't stop relaxing until August 2010. So what a lot of people don't know about my journey is that I wasn't relaxed for a very long time. I was only relaxed for about 3 or so years. So I wore my hair in a ponytail throughout high school, basically. Throughout high school, I just wore a ponytail. My edges definitely suffered. My edges were jacked. I had no edges. My hair never grew past neck length. at all. Like my hair, as soon as it would approach shoulder length, like it was when it was natural, I'd have to cut it, and it would always sit right below the neck, like a lot of us. So I struggled with my relaxed hair, never had long relaxed hair. I transitioned from August 2010 to January 2011, and I only transitioned for 5 months. I was tired of trying to maintain my relaxed ends and my natural hair. I looked a hot mess, and I don't like looking a hot mess, so my transition was definitely a struggle, and I hope your transition will be a lot better and clearer than mine was. I tried a lot of curly sets, roller sets, mostly, basically a fail, but every now and then I'd have a success. I would do a braid out, mostly a fail, sometimes a success. I didn't really understand how to transition is what I'm saying. For the most part, I wore a lot of beanies, lots and lots of beanies. I had beanies in every color. I had beanies for every occasion. I used beanies to transition to natural hair, basically. I basically use beanies. I wore them almost every day, and that was pretty much it. I big chopped on January 15th, 2011, and for me, it felt right. I think a lot of people go natural and they feel like this is a mistake. Why did I do this? Why did I go natural? But for me, it was like, yes, I've returned. I'm home. This is my home place. This is where I'm supposed to be. I wore mostly twists throughout my first year of being natural. I just heard all the girls saying protective style, protective style, protective style, and I was like, okay, I'll just wear a whole bunch of twists. I wore twists throughout basically my first year. At that first year, I didn't really discover what my natural hair was like. I knew what the natural hair was like for a lot of the other women on YouTube. I knew their regimens, but I didn't really develop my own. And it showed in my hair because my hair did not curl, my hair was not soft, and my hair did not retain a lot of length and moisture as it does today, as it's doing today. So that was definitely my learning year, as it would be and as it should be. During that first year, and this is something that I never have really revealed to people, but I used a lot of heat. During that year, I would use heat about every 2 weeks to blow out my hair because I wanted my hair to be stretched, but as well as I thought it was a way to reduce my single strand knots. What I didn't know is that softer hair reduces single strand knots. But at that time in my mind, if I stretched my kinky hair, I would have less single strand knots. What I got was more single strand knots, brittle hair, and a hot mess. So that year I also trimmed a lot. I over trimmed. I didn't know what natural hair was supposed to feel like. I felt like this feels rough. This doesn't feel right. So I was used to smooth, relaxed hair, not knowing, nah baby, this is what natural hair feels like. And more importantly, this is what my natural hair feels like. Because of all the heat I used in 2011, I thought, 2012, it's a new year, I'm gonna go heat free. So I went heat free for an entire year during 2012. I was abroad in London for about 3 months, and I wore a lot of twists. I wore my hair in a lot of protective styles, and I didn't use heat at all. I realized that heat wasn't really necessary for my regimen, so I cut out heat entirely. This is probably one of my favorite lengths of my natural hair besides now, because I feel like I have the perfect amount of volume and fullness, and the length just looks really good on me. I think if I ever have to big chop again, this is the length that I wouldn't mind going back to. It was just perfect. It was just awesome. In 2013, going into my second year natural, was all about wash and goes. It was learning how to master a wash and go, working on making my wash and go better. It was also me finally realizing that wigs were the move. Now I'm a huge wig wearer, but for me, that was the first time I had gotten into wigs. I got my first set of crochet braids in 2013. I also got my first sew-in 2013. It was blended to the gods. 2013 was definitely an implementation year for me. All the things I had learned in 2011 and 2012 were really being implemented and manifested in 2013, and my hair began to show that. So definitely a great year. 2014 was the year that I decided to stop using tools. So now I don't use tools at all. I just use my fingers. I don't use tools at all. 2014 is also kind of a blur. I know I wore my first U-part wig, and that was really cute. I got it to blend really beautifully. Definitely mastered my wash and goes in 2014. I colored my hair. In 2015, going into my 4th year natural, I have a lot to say. So I tried tons of crochet in 2015. It was really a busy year for me. I didn't have time for my hair, so I did a lot of crochet braids, a lot of wigs, lots of protective styles, because to some degree it was also a time where I ignored my hair. I abandoned my hair because I just didn't have time. I was working on my thesis, being in graduate school, and my hair was no longer a huge priority. 2015 is also the year that I got heat damage. For those of you who don't know, I am recovering from terrible heat damage. I realized I had heat damage on May 11th of 2015, and I am recovering, and I am 8 months into my heat damage transition, and it's going well, but 2015 was definitely a year where I had to up my buns because of the heat damage. Perm sets and braid outs have become one of my favorite styles. They definitely help you to camouflage your heat damage. You're able to roll your heat damage ends and really have a nice, beautiful style. Wigs have been something that I've used a lot. I still don't have time in 2015. It's just been really a year of nursing my hair back to health. I have seen the improvements in my hair, but I definitely still have ways to go. I want to thank you guys for sticking it out with me. For those of you who have been there from virtually the beginning, thank you for being there. For those of you who have just hopped on this train, welcome. I hope you stick around. And I just hope that I inspire you with all of my setbacks, with all of my epic fails, but also all the times I've been successful. I hope it inspires you to stay on your journey. The journey is not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. So I wish you an amazing time if you're transitioning to natural hair, if you're thinking about transitioning, if you're thinking about going from Tex-Lax to natural, from relaxed to natural, whatever you want to do. I hope this video inspires you, and I thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my length check, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys so much. Peace.
Nefertiti, you are the creator of all the life that I'm seeing. You are Aphrodite, you are Nefertiti, you are the creator of all the life that I'm seeing. You are Aphrodite, you are Nefertiti, you are the creator of all the life that I'm seeing. You are Aphrodite, you are Nefertiti, you are.
Come over a little closer. I wanna tell you something.